parents, the judges, and all the participants of HMEC 2025 contest, and all of the audience here in this room, good morning, I say to you. Before I begin to deliver my speech, I would like you to thank to the God Almighty for the mercies and the blessings He gave us today so we can gather together in this place in a good healthy. I'm really grateful for having a chance to standing right in front of you to convey my thought through this speech. Hi, my name is Nathaniel Yunadab Nenggolan, and I personally came from 12 Science 1. Here I am standing in front of you, ready to bring up the topic related to student. I am a student, so therefore I'm really interested in digging up into this topic even furthermore. Okay, I'm pretty sure most of you might have already known about 7 habits of Indonesian grade student. Of course, our teacher and our even principals have already taught us several times lately about this material to learn. But it remains one question. Does it really just ended up being a mere material to learn? Just like the subject on math, just like the subject on your class? It's beyond that. Okay, I'll tell you what. The government just released this concept a year ago in a December month. They synthesized this concept up. It's not just meant to be a mere material to learn, like a subject in our school, but it's to be our guidelines, directions, and it's also our orientations of what we act up in the daily to achieve, in order to achieve that so-called Indonesian grade student. Okay, how do we act up to that? Okay, before that, let's figure it out. What is the purpose? The main purpose of this concept is actually to pose and to make you and to shape your characters, especially us as a generation of young generations of Indonesian students. And it also inspires us to become better and more resilient to facing the unprecedented problems that we may encounter in the future. Then we will more prepared to overcome it very easily. So let's figure it out one by one. First is waking up. Okay, actually, almost all the teenagers right nowadays disdain about the waking up because they think the earlier they wake, it's just wasting the resting time and so sort. But on the contrary, it actually gave us a spare time. It actually gave them spare time. Like in the morning, they can helping their parents, or maybe they can doing a little exercise to be more prepared before we going to school. Okay, move on to the second is worship and pray regularly. Okay, if I may, I want you to look up and think about Pancasila for a moment, because the Pancasila, the value of divinity in Pancasila is placed at the very beginning. It has something to do what I have talking today right now. All right, this the other 4 value you can obtain and achieve if you are succeed to uphold the value of divinity of the first principles. And that goes the same with life. You want to be success, or you want to have a strong sense of unity, or do you want to having a great and free way to go and achieve your success? It all start from the name as we call as faith and beliefs. Okay, move on to the third point of habitual of Indonesian grade students. The third is something we call, it's very simple and it's very commonly and we encountered in our daily lives, is that respecting or helping our parents. Alright, this is very simple actually. Helping your parents is just meant you have a love and respect, that's all. And this is a very obligation us as children. Okay, and move us on to the fourth. The fourth is about study diligently. Study diligently, this is the most essential and indispensable needs as a student. We as a student is not gonna separate it from the one that called study. Okay, So, study in this concept is not just meant having a good grade on math, having a good grade on English or something, some sort, but how you can develop your curiosity and develop your interest to learn something new. It doesn't even matter where it comes to you. If it's from the outside source, it's not all important. Okay, move on to the fifth. The fifth is maintaining cleanliness. Cleanliness is a part of our faith and a part of our life. Keeping our body and environment clean means keeping us healthy, and because a healthy mind comes from a healthy habitual. Okay, the sixth is be respectful and be polite. Being polite, like, of course, prioritizing, polite to teacher, polite to parents, polite to our fellow friend. It's also important. It helps us to build a harmony in our community. Okay, last but not least, loving our homeland. Loving our homeland, it means that we are being proud of being an Indonesian student. How we can implement that loving into the reality such as protecting our nature, respecting the diversity, or even participating in our country development in our own way. Okay, we've concluded that all seven of Indonesians' great habits.